sec, and then still nothing yet, Dylan.
He's scared.
Oh, still nothing. Dylan, this is not good.
Come on, mate. It's only been 20 seconds.
Hey, there we go.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our original starting time, which is the name of the podcast, which was Lawnhub Live at lunch. It's then transitioned into Lawnhub Live after lunch, but it's Lawnhub Live at lunch, episode 120. Now I did some looking about the number 120 because last week was an iconic 119, so that's an iconic number. So 120 is a creative and independent number. I'm not sure how they got to that, but that is what they call 120. So, yes. Anyway, we are here today with a special guest, Ben from Lawn Tips. Welcome, mate.
Cheers, brother. Appreciate it. Appreciate having me on.
No, thanks for coming. It's been we've been talking for a long time about me trying to get to your property, and then Lawnhub gets busy, life gets busy, and so I thought, why not try and link this pod up? And Dylan's done a fantastic job, haven't you?
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, and Dylan's here too, by the way.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm here. How you going?
But no, it's good. So, thanks for coming on. I'm sure we're going to get down all the tangents. We're going to find topics that we're probably passionate about that a very few amount of people in the world will probably even know what we're talking about, but that's fine. Yep. That's what we're here for. But if there's anyone watching that doesn't know who Ben is, who are you, mate?
Well, that's a big no, my name is Ben Sims. I'm a qualified greenkeeper. And who I am nowadays, I'm originally YouTuber turned e-commerce brand. So I sell products online and give advice online. But I built a YouTube channel back in 2017. Within 2 years, went from working as a greenkeeper to full-time YouTube. And then we're here today. So, yeah, not a massive story, but...
Well, it's probably a massive story. You're probably being quite humble there, Ben. I'll pump your tires up then. He's the largest YouTuber in this space in the country, which is exciting. Obviously now, like you said, you got your online store as well. You're very similar in the sense of, offering product and advice. And it's great that there's people like yourselves and that are willing to help people for free, because this is a industry that a lot of people ask for opinions and advice on, and there's generally no fee that goes with it, unlike a lot of other industries in this country and around the world. So sometimes I think it is a very thankless job, but it's also a satisfying job at the end of the day as well, helping people. And exactly. Especially when someone's been dealing with something for such a long time and they just don't really know what's happening, and then they reach out and then they try something and it works and they go, oh man, why didn't I do that the first time? So
no, it's good. Random question for you, how many inboxes do you reckon you guys would get in the thick of spring, like just Facebook,
the peak?
Yeah, Instagram.
All of we got a software that joins it all into one.
Oh, I need that.
But it does text. It does text, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, that's what it does. Yeah, text, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, so 3. But they're obviously the 3 that we do, because TikTok's not a fan of us, so we don't really do much on there. In the peak, it wouldn't be unreasonable to see 400 messages. And that's conversation starters, I suppose. And then, as you know, it will lead to another question and then another question. And then, by the time you finish with that person, you might have had 15 or 16 engagements with them. And each time at the moment, anyway, that's Riley, who does all that. And then if it gets really busy and he's drowning and needs a hand, then, myself, Matt and Clint will all chip in where we can. But yeah, you'd probably get the same.
Not
It's
400. I'd say we get a quarter of that. Like
yeah.
if you include emails and DMs and stuff, but it's still like a one bloke doing that is like a full-time job.
Yeah, so that's all Riley does at that
Mm.
time of year. He's not in the warehouse. He's literally on it. And then, you know, you got Facebook comments, Instagram comments, YouTube comments. I look after the YouTube comments because we don't get much on there, but some of the comments we do get are very tongue in cheek, and they're the sort of comments that I like playing around with. And messing with. Instagram, we get that a bit as well. Not so much Facebook. I find, although it's all social media, Facebook's a lot more personal. So there's people not willing to go out of their way to write stuff on Facebook, whereas Instagram, you can just hide behind a username and
Yeah.
you know, and it's not surprising that we do attract a bit more attention in some ways, and with that comes comments that are unnecessary and uncalled for, to be honest.
Well, we
But
all
it's been pretty good lately, actually, though. We've a lot of thank you comments, which is good. You know, just as you know, helping people. They just been doing the same thing over and over again, and they think it's going to change this time, and then they try something different, or they get a piece of advice, and all of a sudden, they're back into loving their lawns, which only benefits us in this industry. So, yeah.
Oh, exactly. And I mean, at least you see people get a turnaround in this too. Like you help people, even though we're doing it day in, day out for free. I mean, we all get some benefit from it because we sell product or we get people seeing what we're doing. But yeah, as we've talked about, you and I in the past, it is such a tricky thing where you give out so much free advice. Like it's such a crazy industry to be in. Like if we went down to like a solicitor and asked them something about a situation that's going on, you get charged by the hour like a stupid amount of money. But it's just what it is because people feel like they could go to their neighbor and ask them what to do with their lawn. So it makes sense too. But it's funny, like coming from the turf industry, it's surprising how much misinformation's out there or how much different opinions are out there too. Like it's pretty insane in this industry how different it is. When you go from superintendent to superintendent and they'll tell you something different.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane.
My mic says I'm muted, Dylan. Is that right?
I can hear.
Oh, you can hear?
Yeah. Oh, that's just your laptop.
That's just the laptop?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 100%. Like, one thing that we get quite a bit is obviously our biggest market, I'm sure yours is the same, is the east coast of Australia, right? So, especially the sort of that northern New South Wales, lower Queensland area, where it's like subtropical. You know, we can argue that it's not, but you know, they get heavy downpours of rain, they get humidity, they get disease, and then they get the dryness. So it's all, you know, all 4 seasons can really happen in the space of 2 weeks. And I remember one video where Clint, it was very tongue in cheek what he said, and it was very rage baity, and it worked. It created engagement. But pretty much Clint was saying that Santa Ana is the greatest hybrid cooch of all time. And, you know, people agreed with that and people didn't agree with it. But in South Australia here, Santa Ana is one of, well, I mean, it's at all of our 4 top premier golf courses, you know. In rural Adelaide, even that's got a lot of common cooch to it as well. But, you know, Grange, Glenelg and Kooyonga, they've all got Santa Ana as well, and like in our climate, it works.
It's perfect. That's exactly it. We had a bit around the golf course here too, but we had a couple of different cultivars which were from South Africa, randomly enough. But yeah, Santa Ana. I mean, that's funny that you use that, and then people raged online about it. It's just
like we had. I remember it because it was in the evening, and we just posted the reel, and it was like it was very tongue in cheek, and the way Dylan put it together was very baity. It was like oh, this is gonna be good. And Clint, I think he mispronounced something, and that caused outrage. Yeah. And but like the reason I'm bringing it up is because experience. That's what I was getting to. So. This super's experience with Santa Ana was terrible, but he was up in Queensland, northern Queensland. Well, it's not. Unfortunately, there's only select few varieties that would really thrive up there. Same as down here in SA. We're a bit more with obviously the drought tolerance and stuff, but you know, we're not gonna like there's not too many Sir Grangers down here. There is some, but it's just not a, a turf variety that really thrives down here, or people don't really know how to look after it properly.
Yeah,
To the
100%.
point where some of the turf farms have actually removed Sir Grange from their farms here in South Australia because of the people not knowing how to really look after it. So
Well,
they got that
because
10 year.
you're similar to me, really, aren't you? Guys get
Mm.
quite cold in winter, so it goes into dormancy early and comes out of dormancy
Yes.
late. So it's just, and then it's slow growing too. So it's just going to be a struggle. And homeowners are like, how much do I get my lawn a year? Like 3 months?
Yeah, that's right, 100%. So, yeah, experience from even like state to state is huge. Like there's, and like I wasn't angry at the guy that messaged us. I was just trying to highlight that his experience and my experience, they're two different things. That doesn't mean that we're wrong. It's just, two things can be true at the same time. But when you're talking different states, different areas in which the lawn's supposed to grow, like it's just how we were. So that was that was interesting. But maybe we need to get some rage going again, Dylan. We need to find some
engagement.
We'll find some stuff this episode for sure.
Yeah, I sent Dylan a meme. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Is this chick? She goes into the shop and she asks for to exchange her $20 note into 2 10s. Yeah, the cashier says I can only do 4 5s, and then 4 blokes come out of the office and they're like 5 out of 10s.
That's a good one.
There's a few people that I'd participate in that. I'd take 5 any day of the week, but yeah, like, and you guys were talking about it when I was getting ready, but like, the way that social media is these days, it's forever changing. So you got to really be, ahead of the curve. And as soon as something drops, you got to get onto it. Otherwise, if you're a day late, it's too far gone. There's a new meme that's come out or a new trend or something.
It's really hard to keep up with. Like even the way YouTube's changed since I started doing it, it's just next level. Like I can't keep up with the algorithm changes and the way you're supposed to structure your content and start editing now. Like you edit like Mr. Beast, you do like it's just insane. I mean, you just got to do sometimes what you got to do, but it's hard when you're trying to push it as a business too. Like it's a different world when you get out of being a content creator, which is what I was originally, and then it switched to becoming an e-commerce brand, trying to push product, but I still want to be a content creator. So it's an interesting world being in that space.
100%. And I suppose like you just touched on there, like you started out obviously as a greenkeeper, but you were filming and became a content creator on the back of, your experiences from the golf course. You brought that to the home lawn, and then which we're gonna hopefully touch on if you're happy to talk about that. But I would argue that a majority of your audience has grown up knowing Ben as the content creator or grown with your brand with that, and then the switch to an e-commerce brand for those people especially might be a little bit tricky to sort of keep following. And it's hard because when YouTube changed everything, especially here in Australia, I mean, we don't make stacks from YouTube. We definitely don't. But even our largest videos, our reels on there that have got, one of them got over a million views, and you get nothing for it. It's just $4. Like it's just.
Well, if you want to be a creator now as well, you don't even in Australia, you don't get paid at all.
Yeah, that's right.
If you, on TikTok, I don't think on Instagram there's any.
No, not
you
on
gotta
those
rely on
two.
sponsorships mostly.
Yeah. So yeah, I suppose like it's hard because you want to sell product, but you also want to create the same engaging videos and
it's a tough line to walk along. Like you want to be as authentic as you can, and I still do be, but you still got to be like, all right, I'm running a business now, providing for my family. I've got some staff members. I need to talk about product. But I mean, the good thing with what I do, like it's also not out of context when I use product because I have to use it anyway. And that's why the business started, is because I used to talk about products to use in the golf course and I bring them home and apply them to my home lawn. And then people go, "Where'd you buy that?" And then the companies that I was showing the products that were getting calls every single time I released a video, like, "What is going on here? Why are we getting all these random calls from homeowners? We've never had this before."
Mhm.
And that's sort of where it all opened up. They approached me, and then we went from there. So, I
Yeah.
mean, it naturally fits in there, but I try not to be a salesman on YouTube because, in all honesty, I'm not a salesman. I hate blokes that push stuff in your face when you walk past Woolies and there's someone standing there with
Oh, man.
it is the worst thing in the world. And I actually used to work at a phone shop.
Yep.
So I was a salesman and I hated that job. I hated trying to convince people to buy products. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. So that's why it's so odd for me that now that's what I do, and I've got to market it and I've got to push it because that's what, creates me being able to do the videos all the time. And I'd love to be just a content creator, you know what I mean? But that's just not the way things are. Like, you're not going to make money off that. I think I've talked about it before to people. Like, I think I make $1.5 grand a month off YouTube.
Yeah, which
So
is not sustainable for
like 500,000 views. Like,
yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
crazy, isn't it?
It's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you're a YouTuber that's actually making that sort of like millions of dollars, you're getting millions of views a day. Like, it's a different world, such a different world. But yeah, it's interesting.
It's not a. I mean, we call it the Instagram life, but it's really like a lot of hard work goes into it, and even yet you're still not living that life as such. So, yeah, I suppose we'll go. If we can, we'll go back to the beginning. So, was Ben Sims always in Orange, or did he move to Orange? Did he always want to work on the golf course? Like, where did it all begin for a young Ben?
When did it begin? I was born in New Zealand, so
Yeah,
over in Auckland.
Mhm.
I'm a Kiwi. I still am a Kiwi, actually. I'm not even an Aussie citizen, believe it or not.
There you go. Wow.
Betrayed. So yeah, we moved over here when I was like, I would have been 5 years old, I think. We moved to Orange because my parents had family here. My mum, her sister lived in Orange. And then, so we've been here for Orange since I was like 5 years old. We did a little move to Sydney for like 12 months and moved back. Didn't really work out, but I've lived here all my life. Did school to year 12. From that, we used to work on a vineyard out on a property. So we lived at a town on an apple orchard growing up. So we were sort of out of town our whole life. So we did a lot of cherry picking growing up. Loved being outdoors, doing that kind of stuff. Never thought I'd be in that space outdoors doing things. I always thought I loved business when I was just out of school, and I wanted to be a business owner, but I had no idea in what space and even how to make that happen. But I went to a phone shop, worked there for 3 years, I think. Got married when I was like 20. I was a young boy. And then I tried to get higher in that business, didn't happen. So I went, oh, well. Then I was like, stuff this. And then my brother Josh was actually a greenkeeper. So he was an apprentice greenkeeper. So he was a greenkeeper first, and he said, there's an apprenticeship coming up. Did you want to go on board with it? I was like, oh, yeah, let's give it a go. So I was 21 when I took that on. So I was a little bit older. I was actually mature age, technically, when I became an apprentice. Did that for 4 years, and then I think 6 years in, Josh and I got a shared superintendent role. So we're both boss within that period of time very, very quickly. Country golf course.
Yeah.
So we looked after a bowling green. We looked after some sporting fields, which we mostly just did the line marking and the mowing and a bit of fert here and there. And then the golf course too. But I mean, it wasn't like a private golf course, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was good for my learning because there was always a problem. Like, there was always something going on. Grass type in here that wasn't meant to be there. There was weeds. There was so many things. So I learned how to deal with a lot of problems, I guess, which I loved because I love figuring things out and fixing them. So I learned a lot through those years. And then I think when I got really passionate about like grass would have been when I bought my first house, believe it or not. It wasn't when I was first on the golf course. I loved mowing. I loved getting out and listening to a podcast and just chill on the mower, fix irrigation, all that kind of stuff. But I didn't get super, super passionate until it was probably my 4th year of my apprenticeship. We built a house and I had to sow my own lawn at home. And it was my thing and I was looking after it and it was my job. I had to figure out what to do, what was working, what wasn't working. And that was sort of drove the passion. And I started buying books, looking up articles nonstop, like just constantly researching, and just got obsessed with it. And then I actually started watching. I think I started watching Alan Hayne, the lawn kenner,
Oh yeah,
on YouTube, and I was like, I reckon I could do that. I'm a greenkeeper. I've got a bit of experience. I'm only young, but I reckon I could give that a crack. So I think I went and bought a little like point and shoot camera and just started filming. I think my first video was a DIY lawn striper on the back of a
Oh
Toro.
yeah, yeah.
Trying to teach people how to stripe their lawns. So
Yeah.
that was my first video, and I think I got 1,000 views on that in a week, and I was like, 1,000? That's crazy! 1,000 views in a week, and it took me. And then after that, every video got like 100 views after that. So it was very slow going.
That's like our channel.
It's super slow. And I think the biggest thing was I just kept uploading every week, like consistently. I just do one video a week, just talk about what I was doing. Like it was basically me just documenting everything I did, what I was learning. Like I was honest. I was like, I actually don't know what I'm doing here in this situation. This is what I'm going to try, blah, blah, blah. And it just started. I think it took 12 months to get 1,000 subs.
Yep.
From memory, it was like 12 months. And then I don't know what, I think the turning point was I had this video that was called Taking My Lawn Down to 10 Mil. I think it was the second year in. And it got like 1 million views in 2 months or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I remember that video because that's sort of when I started. Well, that's when we moved into our house. And like I started to get back in my lawn again, and I think that one was one that stood out, and I was like, this is a whole new world. Like I got a cylinder mower when I was 11. Dad and I got one, which actually ended up breaking, but that's how I learned how to put stripes in the lawn. But then, yeah, you're right. When you move into your own house and it's your own little patch, it's just sort of re-sparked it. But yeah, I do remember that video, that one.
Yeah, so I did that video, and I think that blew up, and then my channel from there on in just started snowballing. Like I'd regularly get 20, 30,000, 40,000 views per video from that point on. And I was in, well, that one that made it go viral, my videos were just in the algorithm, and it was just getting recommended consistently, which is not really at that point right now. I probably average 10 to 20,000 views at the moment because I haven't had any viral videos in about 4 years.
Yep.
That's what you need. It's just how YouTube works. You got to get in the algorithm. Once it's done, you'll start getting pushed to people's feeds. But you need to be very entertaining and find those topics that people are just going to click. It's because talking about grass is not that exciting. Like
no, it's really not. I mean, we had a goal for last season, which was a video every week, which we fell short of, Dylan, or we did it
maybe by 2 episodes.
I mean, it is hard, and like it's not our that's not our main business goal either, is to film YouTube videos. So finding time, and then you get days where it's 48 degrees and you don't want to leave the office, you know, like it's just stinking. But at the same time, like this year, like, I mean, I haven't been available. Clint hasn't been available. And
the return's also not there for the type of videos we can create because we're just doing them out the front pretty much. And it's almost the same video.
Yeah.
Pretty much every week. It gets consistent views, but there's nothing that's groundbreaking.
The stuff at Dad's place got a bit of engagement back.
That's good. That's
but
diverse.
like that's a whole day that I have to go out and do that.
Big job.
It was 46 degrees that day too. I cooked myself, had to go inside for a couple of hours to cool back down. But you know, it is tough, and consistency, where our consistency is replying to people, helping people, get people orders out. That's our consistency, and that's our business there.
We're like the opposite of what Ben was saying. Is that we started as a business and then became content creators.
Really. We're complete opposite. We started as a business, and then I don't know. Obviously, we had Max when Lawnhub was first around, and he was our sort of content guy, and then he shifted into his own business, which is doing really well in. But yeah, we do some educational videos up here in the studio, but it just doesn't, like, people, and as you know, people, they only search for something when they want to know something. If they're not, if they're not interested, then there's just no way they're going to watch it. So. I mean, it's
unless
tough.
they like you as a personality, right? which is what those views would mostly come from. It's the people that
my drawings. My drawings are really
your drawings.
No doubt. No doubt.
we got some pieces of paper on the desk opposite to this wall, and one of them, I don't know what one is it, the pre-emergent one, I think, or wedding agent one.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
They have to be better than my drawings, bro. I used to get bagged out so much in my first videos. I used to get the notebook out and drawing them like little stick figures and stuff, and it was pretty yuck.
Well, ours, I'll go get it actually. I'll go get it.
I didn't ask for it.
You just say you didn't ask for it. The people will. The people will.
The people.
The people.
You know.
Oh, that's better than mine. That's decent.
Nice and big.
Yeah. Hang on.
You got some neat writing there, mate.
Yeah, it was. This take one too, I think. So, like how does a wedding agent work? Like, it's all.
Wow.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Anyway,
we maybe didn't get shit for that, but we got shit for the vertigo wall.
Oh, the vertigo wall. Yeah. So to that side, I don't know what side. Yeah, behind. Dylan.
Behind there.
Yep. We're trying to be trendy. So this one is all black on black.
Yep.
Where we are here.
The panel.
The panel. So, but the one in front of me is like a tan and black, and we filmed a sprayer video, like cheap sprayer.
I think I've seen that one. Yeah.
Yep. From a certain store that we're not allowed to say. And it's just the screen, man, was going like this the whole time. It was terrible. And so now we've got a green screen in front of it. So.
Yeah, we had an MRI admin lady come through and it's like, whoa, I'm getting like vertigo looking at it. And it genuinely
and Matt
was like, I need to sit down.
So, but there's people out there with this backing and it doesn't look as bad.
Fine.
So it just must be the room.
It's the way the lights hitting
the lights,
the individual slats, and so we don't shoot there anymore. Is the point of that?
No. Struggling.
Yeah, it was tough. It was a good video though.
It was a good video.
I learned a lot because I didn't know these sprayers. I didn't even know where they came from. Did you get them?
Did I get them?
Yeah.
No, you bought them.
No, I didn't get them.
Come on, mate. Really?
Where
This appeared out of nowhere.
What do you mean you didn't buy them? Where did they have come from?
I didn't buy them. Someone bought. Oh, Clint did. Clint did. He was going to do a video on it, but we ended up taking over. Yeah.
Yeah, I ended up taking the.
Yeah, you did the Nilex one.
The Nilex one.
Yeah.
Last week.
Oh, you've given away. You got them from now.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because the Nilex one actually won because that come with a flat fan nozzle as standard. You didn't have to buy it extra. It was like $30 or something.
They're pretty good price. Yeah.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that place, so we'll move on. Oh goodness, we laugh, but it's true. We can't talk about it. Oh goodness. So
a simpler time.
Yeah, much simpler.
It was a simpler time.
There's certain phrases we can't say anymore. There's certain
crazy man.
Certain packs we can't call anymore.
Yeah, you can't stand within a certain meterage.
Yeah, no, that's yours.
That's mine.
That's only yours.
Personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds a bit sus.
Oh goodness. So, one thing I wanted to talk about was the severe water restrictions that your town of Orange went through when you were at your older place.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could still water because you had the bore. Talk us through that, because we haven't had really major water restrictions here in Adelaide since 2006, 2007, and I was still in primary school at that stage. But I do remember, like, there'd be no, like, you weren't allowed to, like, you even mention the word water, like, you get a slap on the wrist sort of thing. Like, it was it almost like that? Like,
it was pretty insane. I remember we got restrictions to the point where people had to have timed showers. I don't know how they're enforcing this. Like,
wow,
they were checking people's water bills and they'd send you something if your consumption was way too much. Like, it was next level. Like, and I mean, I remember hand watering a patch out the front one night, and like people yelling at me, like from across the road, "What are you doing, mate? Shouldn't be doing that." And that's real bad, but I get the drone up, and every single lawn in the area was dead, and mine was like, bing! It was bright green. Oh,
how did they find me?
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so that was 2019 or 2020? Would have been 2020, I think, when that happened. I got a feeling, and I did a whole reno on that lawn. So yeah, I ended up getting an exemption from the council because it was my business and it was my full-time job. And if the lawn was dead, well, what am I going to shoot a video on it? What am I going to talk about? Because that's when YouTube was my main thing back then. And I wasn't making much money, but it was more than I was getting on the golf course. So, you know what I mean? It was pretty like, sweet, this is going pretty well. But I mean, obviously I had to invest into things to get the business going. So I think I was actually worse off, but it was the freedom of it was the freedom of working for myself at the time, you know what I mean? And we had a small house in town, which wasn't too expensive. Interest rates were great, like at 1.8% or something like that. Yeah. So it was a beautiful time in my life. But yeah, I remember I had to put a sign up at the front to say that we were allowed to water, and people weren't happy. I used to get letters in the mail.
Wow.
People not happy about it. The council called me a few times, even though they knew I had an exemption. They had to do it so the homeowners were happy.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to make them happy. But I ended up letting that lawn start dying out because we got a bore installed up the back. Yeah, and so that's sort of how I got by with it. But people still cranky even when I had that bore in there. Like, I think it was would have been nearly a year worth of drought. Like, it was pretty bad. It was a very bad time. How do you remember that? I forgot about that.
It's in my notes. So I took some notes. I've actually, I'm debating whether I bring this up. I was going to bring it up later.
Bring it up, mate.
Yeah, we'll do it now. So I was scrolling through Instagram Reels the other day, and like my algorithm is messed up because of the Lawnhub. I have access to the Lawnhub one, so you can tell when someone searches something within this business on YouTube or Facebook, because then we all get targeted ads for it.
Yeah.
So I was scrolling, and there was this nice scenery. I don't know where it was. I was like, oh, that looks nice. And then all of a sudden, I saw this stream of water come out. I was like, what is that? And it was called Scenic Pisses, right?
I follow that page.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to ask?
Yeah, so my question was, do your brothers have access to it? And
no, that was me, bro. That was me. I followed that. How good is that Instagram account?
I was on it for about 5 or 10 minutes going, this is great.
This guy's got a good flow, bro.
Oh, far out. And I was just like, that's, and it just, I had no idea. I just was not ready for it. It was so against my normal algorithm. And I was like, who follows this? Like, why is it here at Lawn Tips?
Oh, that is so good, bro. Yeah, I follow some weird stuff too, but yeah, that tops one of them off. I should probably unfollow that now.
Because I screenshot it and I was like, I'm gonna keep that for a keepsake, because that'll come up in conversation one time, and I'll be like, please explain. But
there's the answer. No, I willingly followed that. Yep.
Yeah. Oh goodness, that's funny. That's funny. Well, back to the regular program.
Out of anything that you could have asked.
Yeah, I know. Well,
I was not expecting that.
Because I've got stuff like a bit later on, a bit of fun, but that one I was just like, oh, I'll see where it goes, see sort of like see how I can bring it up. But that's how I brought it up. So, you got the bore in, did the reno, lawn come back nice, and then the decision to move, was that always on the cards, or you didn't want to move, but you then found something that was sort of too good to be true, sort of thing, or?
Yeah. So it was always the goal, but the goal was like when my son was 10. My eldest son was 10 years old, which he turned 10. He turned 11 this year, actually.
Wow.
So it was only last year we would have done it. But I thought that was a really, really far-fetched goal. Do you know what I mean? To find something out of town. So Emma and I, my wife, we both grew up out of town. So we're like, we'd love just to eventually, if we can, move out of town. We weren't searching, though, a place across the road, actually, from my in-laws' place. So my mother and father-in-law's place actually came available. We're pretty close with the whole family. Like, this is going to sound crazy, but my brother and sister-in-law are across the road too. And then my other brother and sister-in-law are the house up. And then my other brother and sister-in-law are about a K up the road from there. So
that's good, that's good, especially if there's an emergency. Surely someone in the vicinity is gonna answer. So
Yeah, it's funny that people bag us out for it, but it's good. We've got a little school bus. Like we all bought a bus together, and the bus comes down, and we take turns of driving the kids to school.
That's so good.
So that opportunity came up. So when it came up, like I'll be honest, we didn't have the finances to do that, so we got some help from some people to help get the house.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't making a lot of money at the time. Like I'd be making less than what I was making on the golf course at that point in time. So we weren't able to pay for it. I mean, our house that we built doubled in price from when we built it because a couple of things we did to it. So we got good sale value on that. But yeah, I don't think I was ready to jump ship and move out and change everything that I was doing. So I was just getting comfortable. We were on YouTube, views were going well. People loved seeing that lawn. We financially we were pretty stable, and then jumping out here was like, oh my goodness, like our mortgage 6 times, and like,
Wow.
yeah, and we couldn't actually afford it at the time either. So it was a pretty crazy season. Business grew though, which is good. Like things went well, and like even building that golf green was, it was all a stretch. I think I remember the time when we moved house. There was actually a trend on Google. People were searching Ben Sims net worth, and like it was really weird because I remember seeing, I can't remember how I found it. I can't remember what I was looking up, but it was quite highly searched. Like it was when we moved out there, and then when people saw all the equipment coming in from Hutchin and Piers, because it was like excavators and tractors, and people had thought that I'd purchased all that stuff, whereas it was actually paid for. Well, it was all sponsored. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just loaned to me, and so that's what was happening. I wasn't paying for any of this gear. Like everything that we had there, there's no way I'd be able to even afford that, if not even pay it off. So it was pretty crazy. A bit of a crazy season, but the channel went well though when we first moved there, and then I built a golf green, and it went very, very well. And now it's at a weird point where I'm out of town and I'm filming home videos, but I've got a property, so it's like this weird. People think they can't get tips from it, even though I treat everything exactly the same. But so that the move out here was, we wanted to do it, but I think we didn't realize it'd be that soon, and the way it all worked, it worked well, but it was just, it was weird. It's a crazy season, all through COVID too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that good old time, buddy. Yeah, that was well, that whole time, especially because Clint had railways at the time as well, the landscape yard down south here in Adelaide, and like that boomed. He took that over, and then COVID hit, and then everyone cancelled their overseas holidays. They're touring around Australia, and they end up spending all that money on their home. So they mulch in new lawns. So like Lawnhub had an upsell from that. Water Pro with the irrigation also had an upsell with that, and then railways offering all the different landscape suppliers had an upsell from that. So it was just a crazy time for Clint, and by the sounds of it yourself in that time, because everyone's just
well, and that's what kind of helped us get a bigger loan with the bank too, is because we had this sudden influx of sales kicking in. Like I think it 4 times.
Yeah.
In that year, do you know what I mean? Because people were stuck at home, and I was getting more views. Everything was just like snowballing at the time. I think at that point, YouTube was actually paying me probably 7 to 8 grand a month.
Wow.
Which for me back then, I was like, far out, that's a lot of money. Like, and it still is a lot of money. Even now, like for YouTube to pay me that, I'd be like, sweet.
Yeah.
That would be insane. Like,
especially with 2 staff members as well.
Yeah, mate, you'd be cheering. Like, I don't get paid that now. I think I get paid $1,500, as I said to you, a month. But that's what also made it possible for us to move out here, because we did have that. It was perfect timing, really. Like I look back at COVID with fond memories. A lot of people don't.
Oh yeah. Well, I was in the supermarket at the time, and I mean it was probably the end of my love in that space, because I mean I loved going to work in the supermarket every day. It was meet new people, chat to locals, and especially the store that I was in. It was a very community area, so you got to know everyone. The downside of that though is it was a low demographic area, so there's a lot of people that fell to their own abuse to their body. So you get to know these people, and then they also pass as well. So it was a nice little area, but once COVID hit, the rules changed, and they all thought that they were above that. And I mean, I've talked about it before, but yeah, I had everything but a gun pulled on me through the time of COVID, and it just really took the sting out of it. I just didn't like going to work anymore. It just wasn't worth it. Like, why spend 60 hours a week in this place trying to, make sure it's full for the customers, greet people, and they're not just giving the same respect back. So, and then I was at the end of it, and I just said, I remember speaking to HR, my managers, and said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I just can't do this anymore. And then, like, shining light moment, Clint at the time didn't know it was Clint, but Lawnhub posted saying they're looking for a casual picker and packer 30 hours a week. And I said to my missus, said, Angel, I'm just going to apply. It's far less than what I'm earning now, but if I'm going to be happier, who knows what's going to happen. And Clint, in typical Clint fashion, replies, is this for real?
So good.
And then I met him the next day, and quit my job the day after. I gave my 4 weeks notice. And in there I wrote, but if you want to let me go, I'm happy to go. Like, I'm ready to go. And they didn't let me go early. They made me do my 4 weeks, which is fine. That's what I signed up for. But my last day, Roger Drake, the owner of the entire Drake supermarkets, came and saw me, shook my hand, thanked me for my time. I was there for 10 years. So that was quite special, actually, that he come and didn't need to do that.
Wow.
And the funniest thing of the entire process of leaving that job was they didn't announce my replacement until my last day. So they've had 4 weeks to get someone. On my very last day, they went to another store and said, you are now being moved to Salisbury. He said, oh, this is awkward because I'm actually handing in my resignation too.
Oh, no.
So they didn't have no replacement for me for about 2 months after.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty funny. Yeah, that was pretty funny. So, it start working for Clinton, never look back. In my work life is the best thing I ever done in my life to come work here.
What was your first role when you joined?
I came on as business manager.
Yeah.
And I applied for a casual role, but it was I came on full time. I said to Clint, I needed something because, had a mortgage, I had a really good paying job at Drake's. It was stable. It was the most stable job on the planet at that time in a supermarket. Everyone used the supermarket every day during COVID, even though you only had to do it during times when you needed to get something, but that didn't stop anyone. And I said, I remember saying to Clint, I don't want to be pushy, but I need a contract. It's just for my satisfaction. And I was the first one in the business to get a contract. Everyone else was just hired on the spot sort of thing. Like, right, come work here. So I came on as business manager. 3 days later, came off probation. And then 10 months later was the operations manager for both. So that was nearly 5 years. So
5 years.
October would be 5 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I was 10 years at Drake's, and I was saying this to Jared, the warehouse manager at WaterPro. I was at Drake's for 10 years, and that felt like a drag. Like, it felt like it was such a long time of my life. Been here nearly 5, and it feels like I've been here 5 minutes. So,
well, you enjoyed it, obviously.
Oh,
it's always changing too. There's always something different to do, I guess, so it keeps it interesting.
Always something different, especially here, like with the stuff that we've got going on that we've started to talk about, and stuff that's been under wraps for such a long period of time. And it's just like I can't believe it's Friday and we're nearly at the end of May already this year. So
it's gonna be a quick winter, I think, this year. Just feels like it.
Just getting quicker and quicker. So it's so the golf green was next level because that was full like USGA spec. That was during a time as well where everyone, like you said, during COVID, wanted to buy USGA sand. You saw it on all the pages and stuff. Like, where can I get USGA spec sand and all this sort of stuff? And it really became a trend. And like that. And you did a lot of that. Well, you did a lot of it yourself in the end, didn't you? It was.
I pretty much did it all by myself. Yeah, I think I had old Dan Caddy pop in for a day. And he just stood on a whack-it-backer for a day. And then what do we have? Who else came? I think that was it. I had one of my wife's cousin's husbands come for a day on the tractor, and he nearly tipped it. That was a good day. That was, it's like, maybe I want to get someone to help me. So yeah, all of it pretty much by myself, which it was a mammoth of a job. While running an e-commerce business and answering customers' emails, I remember driving the skiddy in the sand and doing emails on my phone and like getting back to people in DMs because it was just me at that point. And the business there was probably 70 to 80 inboxes, messages, everything per day in summer. And the business grown a lot more since then. But at that point, I was just like, how am I even doing this? And I was filming it, and then I was editing it. And then, yeah, it was such an insane season of life. I don't even know how I did it, to be honest. It was pretty crazy, but it was fun. I think that's what kept me going through it. It was fun and I was enjoying it. It was something new. And I was like, I'd built golf greens on the golf course, but I'd never actually, like, I'd been part of the process, but I'd never actually constructed something because we didn't drive skiddies on the golf course. We mowed and we looked after irrigation and sprayed fertilizer and stuff. We didn't have construction gear. We just helped design the drainage and stuff like that. That was mostly what we did. So it was cool being able to be on that side of it and actually construct and choose how I wanted it to be designed and what materials I used. And yeah, it was very cool, pretty rewarding process. Yeah.
Is there anything throughout the process that you'd change if you were to do it again?
I would probably just spend a little bit more time shaping certain areas. Like there's a section up the back near the trees. It's just, it jumps up a little bit too quickly and the mower digs in on that side. It's pretty good now because I've top dressed it quite a few times. When I first started, there's just a few spots here and there. I wish I didn't rush at the last second. I don't know. I would have loved to have maybe put some feature sections in before I got the green in. But I think I kind of almost wish I did everything else in the green last too. Like left the big project until the end. But I mean, you've seen how slow it's been for me getting the rest of the projects done because obviously the lawn tips business is what we do most of the time, and the fun part's getting outside and filming. Like it's like a day off almost when we get to go outside and film stuff. Yeah, and it's hard getting out there and doing that. Whereas I'd love to be doing that every single day. Like that's at the at the base of it. That's what the business is to me is that, but it's obviously not what brings the money in. But yeah, I probably wouldn't change much else. Probably just the timing of maybe doing it a bit later. Yeah, maybe had a bunker in a bit earlier, but yeah, I think I enjoyed the way it all panned out in the end.
Yep. Yeah, nice. It's it was. I mean, it was great to watch because it was just hard. It was hard yakka watching. I couldn't imagine what it was like actually doing, you know. So
no, it was hard yakking. I mean, I have a pretty bad back problem too, so I was dealing with like disc pain throughout all of that the whole time, like shoveling stuff. I'm just like the whole time, but you know, it's better moving around than sitting on your butt too. So you'd rather be working in that. But it was taxing, but it was such a rewarding progress. And the thing that I love about doing YouTube is, like, I sometimes go back and watch stuff that I've done. Like, you've got a whole diary of what 100%. You've done in your backyard and your home, and you get to see, like, even my kids seeing them in there from, like, my son's, like, 2 in a lot of the videos, and now he's 11. You know what I mean? Is that right?
That's wild.
I think I've been doing YouTube for nearly 9 years, so that'd be right. Yeah. Yep. It's wild. So I can go back, look at my kids on camera, like chatting and stuff. Like, it's different to looking on your phone. I don't know what it is, but seeing them in moments like that where they've been filmed, it's cool. It's like your whole life diary.
Yeah, well, videos are sort of a capture of a moment in time, whereas and I say capture because it's forever moving, whereas a snapshot, like a photo, is you know, a video. I mean, it's easily, like, it's just self-explanatory, but it tells a lot more of a story than a picture. So
yeah.
So, and then, so how did you did it take convincing to get your brothers on, or how does and without getting, I suppose, too personal, but how was the pitch to them to say, hey, stop what you guys are doing and come work out here? Like how did that all, like what started that? Obviously, it started from because you were busy, but like how did it start?
How did it start? I need to get Taylor in here to remind me how it happened. I think there was Taylor first, my younger brother. He was on the golf course at the time, and I think I just floated the idea. Would you be interested in jumping across and doing a couple of days a week just to see if you like it, and then we'll just go from there. It was legit just that sort of conversation, very, very relaxed, very chill. And I think he came on board maybe a year later after that initial conversation. Like, he just asked, "Oh, do you reckon it's time yet?" I'd be like, "Oh, not quite yet. Like, I need you now, but I can't afford you. So let's just wait until things change a little bit with the business." And then he came on 2 days a week back in I think it was 2 years ago now. He came on there, and then, if people don't know, both my brothers are greenkeepers too. So my twin brother Josh, he was greenkeeper first, and then Taylor worked, because so Josh was the super when I was doing YouTube full time at Wentworth Golf Course. So Taylor became an apprentice under Josh. He used to be a chef, and then he got over that lifestyle and started greenkeeping, which is funny. There's 3 of us that are greenkeepers. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Live and breathe grass. We even talk about it outside of work, but
oh, you got it.
It's got to be a passion, otherwise why are you doing it? That's the thing. But yeah, it was just a natural conversation. And same with Josh. I remember when I was on the golf course, Josh was doing emails for me for a bit, and I'd just pay him per email.
Yep.
Just to help me clear the inbox out, because I just couldn't keep up with it. And then back then we floated the idea, like, maybe one day you'll work for me, but I don't even know when that would be. And then he went from there. I left. He became super at another club, amalgamated with the club we're at. The club we're at closed down. He was super at the new club. He was there for quite a few years, and then he just got sick of the board, or more just all the people saying things, and then budgets being cut, and more politics than he loved the job. There's just a lot of things that go on behind the scenes in that space. So he went repping for GTS actually for a bit.
That's right. I remember seeing that on LinkedIn. That's right.
Yep. So repping for them, and he'd turn up to golf courses and people would say, "Oh, Ben, how you going?" And he'd be like, "No, which is so weird, because I never realized greenkeepers or the apprentices watched my stuff. I thought just homeowners were watching them in. So that really made me go, really? Like, people in golf courses are watching my content? That's funny as. And then when my little brother went through TAFE, Taylor, he opened up a lot of the curriculum, and my videos are in there, in the TAFE curriculum.
Did you? Obviously,
I didn't know. No, I had no idea. The only reason I found out is because Taylor went through and did it.
Wow.
And then a lot of my videos in there, like how to calibrate your sprayer. There's a couple of different ones in there. I'm just like, what? So random. But anyway, and then Josh came on board. Like, we got to a point where the business kept growing. Took on my own product line, and then I was like, "What do you reckon, man? Would you be keen to jump on full time?" And he was like, "Yep." And just happened. I mean, it's nice work. We all get along very, very well. So it's a pretty easy business decision. Like, if you have family get along with super well, like, I recommend it. If you don't get along with them, don't do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And family is always one of those things that, like, you try, and especially with work, because things can happen, right? But I mean, if you guys sound like you're a good trio there, so you sort of might be an exception to the rule. But yeah, you just hear some horror stories about family and work. So
it mostly comes down to finance, I think, with a lot of people. Yeah. Like, people get funny about money. Yeah, I find you got to have that conversation up front before anything, like, to make things clear and have clarity in things. Otherwise, people get super confused and think things and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I've heard so many horror stories, which it's still going into it. I was like, oh, I wonder, like, if that may be a problem. But I mean, we have little brotherly arguments every now and then, like you do. That's normal. But yeah,
how do they normally end? Do they sort of, like, do you pull rank and said you're all here because of me anyway? So
no,
like,
I would not do that, bro. Imagine that, eh? That'd be so dog. I am superior. No, not at all. No, we just conversation, just chat it out. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is good.
So, you don't pack all your orders out of your shed, right? That's like we can agree on that. We're allowed to talk about that.
Yeah, it's not possible. So we use a 3PL. We do third-party logistics, which a lot of e-commerce brands will do. So you pay someone else to pack it for you in a store in a warehouse somewhere else. Yeah.
Because like I'm just thinking, like it'd be hectic. You wouldn't get any work done if you guys were just packing orders. Like it'd just be
no, man. We'd be doing that all day. I'd have staff here. I mean, I floated doing it, probably 2 years ago, and then Orange is such a bad place to ship from, man. Like freight cost is just we would lose so much money on freight.
Well, especially now, with the increasing tariffs and surcharges, and levies that they keep getting emails about. It's just
consistent.
Yeah, we had our sales meeting last week for Lawnhub. Last week? Was it last week, Dylan? Week before? Can't remember. But our freight deficit's the worst it's been since for a very long time. So we have all these like metrics that we want to stay within, and we're well out of it last month, which was a bit of a shame.
Yes, scary. See, mine doesn't cover cost on freight, but it gets close enough. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't overcharge people for freight. I'm always doing it cheaper. It's such a tricky industry because we're sending out weight, like heavy stuff. Like I sometimes send out like 200, 300 kilo orders.
Yep.
Like, of course, it's going to cost you pallet cost, and then it could be like $400 to ship that out. But we charge like $70 for that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And people go, "Why are you charging me $70 for freight?" I'm like, "You see how much stuff you bought, bro, and how much it weighed."
We've got we've got resellers. We got we're in I think 120 of the 130 total tools. So we've worked out an agreement with them, like free into store and stuff. But you're right, like I would send even online orders if it's under $300, it's fixed at $17.95, and we've had
which is insane.
And we'll have conversations like Jonesy, the girl who does all of our ticketing and stuff. She'll come to me and be like, "Adam, this is going to cost $400."
Yeah,
and we've charged them $17.95, and their order's worth $180. Like it's just. And people laugh and say it's not true, but 100% is true. Like it's just what happens, and we don't recover. Very rarely do we recover more than 50% of our freight costs, our actual costs, because we have a fixed rate and it's a point of difference. And like if something goes wrong with the order, we take it all on board. So we'll replace the order, or if something gets damaged, we'll replace it. If it goes
that's a regular thing. Yeah, we do the same thing. We just take that out of our own pocket and resend it. Pay the freight and off it goes. Yep.
It's just it's a lot. If and that's something that established brands in this place like in this space like Lawnhub and Lawn Tips. The new guys coming onto the block, they're in for a big learning curve. That it's not this glamorous, selling product and making.
Don't make money overnight. That's the thing.
No, and especially if you're not on the bands that we are with freight as well. I'm sure you're on a good band with Australia. I don't know who you use, but we use Australia Post and Toll.
Star Trek, a couple of that EPM5, which makes a big difference, but it still hits you.
Oh, 100%. It's it's one of the things in this industry that unfortunately we just have to it's not like clothing that weighs nothing. You can buy 20, 30 shirts and it weighs nothing still. You buy one bucket and you're already at 5 kilos.
5 kilos once you include everything, packaging. Yep. That's insane.
Boxes. I've learned a lot about packaging boxes in the last 5 years, nearly 5 years. It's if you had spoken to me 4.5, 5 years ago, and you're like, "All right, Adam, we need to get you a double line, double corrugated, C58 rated cardboard," I'm like, I don't know what is you're talking a different language, So, it's crazy, but freight's always a hot topic, one that we get comments about all the time. But I'm sure you get it as well. But it's just
we have for years and years and years. I mean, people are a little bit more understanding nowadays, especially with stuff that's happening right now. But you still get a couple a week. Like it's just, But what do? You got to run your business. You got to pay staff. You got to, you know what I mean. You got to offset that because you don't make money on freight. Well, as we said, we lose money on freight. So
the only people that make money on freight are the freight companies. That's it. That no one else makes money on freight. You know.
Exactly.
So, now we've had a couple of comments. We've been chatting away, which is fine, which is what we're here for. So Timmy8747 says, "Yo, mate." So,
yeah, brother.
Doug Kemp says, "Hey Ben, go you Scousers next
Talking
year."
about Liverpool.
Yeah, see,
talking about Premier League.
Yeah, see, soccer or football, as I'm sure you'd call it. I've got no knowledge of it. I just know that there's the English Premier League, and I have no idea how the awards go. There's like
Arsenal won the league a couple of days ago. Yeah,
which I thought was interesting because you win the league by finishing on top, right? Which
no finals or anything.
Yeah, which is so against the grain of AFL, which is the sport in which that I follow quite hard.
I think finals are so much better because you got that atmosphere in, and that it's just so cool. Whereas the guys that had won it, they're sitting in a room watching a live stream of the game. They have to react to it when the other team loses.
Yeah, and I'm sure the Premier League fetches massive crowds, and I'm sure Arsenal would if they were playing for the league final. But I tell you what, Adelaide Oval, when there's 50,000+ in there, it's loud, and the atmosphere is it's especially when you win. It's one of the most euphoric feelings. Like sport does something, and we said this to Clint, didn't we, Dylan? At the start of the basketball season, yeah. So WaterPro has a corporate box at the entertainment center, and part of that is the Adelaide 36ers. So, and I said to him, "You wait, you'll get involved, you'll start yelling, you'll start screaming, you'll start cheering." And he's like, "Nah, man, no." And then, he loves it.
Taking over.
Sport's great, and there's a lot of talk, especially in Adelaide at the moment, about the North Adelaide golf course, and and sometimes sport can get a bit of a negative, sort of light. But the way that it brings people together, the cheering, it's just, I love it.
It's all community, isn't it? Like it's so good. You get this like something you got in common with other people, especially like even like local sport and stuff like that too. It's such a cool thing.
Absolutely, because where I live, the football league there is quite like it's one of the better ones in the state, and it attracts big players. It attracts decent crowds. The juniors are there in the morning, and it's the seniors in the afternoon. So it's just a whole community. It's I love sport, and I just So do you follow the Premier League? Like, that's, if you were to say that's your sport, like, sort of thing? Or?
Very, very loosely. Very loosely. My Taylor's into it. Like, he watches the highlights in the morning when he first gets to work while he's doing emails. And he's like, "Yeah, boys, this is what happened." That's how I know what goes on.
Yeah.
He tells me. I used to follow it real, like, a lot. Like, I'd wake up in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, watch every game, like, of Liverpool. But changes when you got a business and you got kids and, you got life. Like, I don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No.
And watch TV. I'd rather get up and exercise or get some work done. You know what I mean? If I'm getting up that early.
Yeah, the latter, work, not exercise for me. I don't know. Playing sport from a young age, and like, I'm knackered. My knees are done. My back's done. Oldest 31-year-old you ever met.
How old are you? 40. Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, and it's been cold in the mornings at the moment, so it's taken a while for my knees.
Tell me what cold is compared to Orange. I want to know.
We had an 8 degrees over here.
It's pretty cold.
It's the lawn's all dewed up. It's we haven't had any frost yet where I live. Not yet anyway. But when it's just a shock, because we'll have nice weather and then it just falls off, and then the summertime it's been cool and then it warms up, and then you've got every weed seed in the soil germinating in a day because it's been cold. And then, and then once that happens, that's when we call the season starting. So, and that's usually for us about August. So,
pretty similar here. Yeah, very, very similar. I think we take a little bit longer to warm up, but we've had some minuses already, actually. We've had like -1.
Wow.
We've had minus. We haven't had frost at my house. There's been frost in town. I think last night was 4 degrees. 2 degrees the night before that. But I mean, that's warm this time of year, bro, for us. We're getting 17 degrees. I think today's 17 degrees, actually, which normally this time of year it's 9 or 10 degrees top. So I'm loving it. I feel like I'm in Queensland at the moment.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm wearing a vest and a friggin' jumper. Yeah, I'm not in
Yeah.
Queensland, you know.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Benjamin Sith says, "Is that B1 or B2? Awesome collab."
You'll
Yeah,
never
we.
know, mate.
Yeah,
You'll
you
never
will
know
never
on
know.
Joshua
Yeah.
Ben.
It's funny because we like you messaged me this morning saying that you couldn't find your I can't even remember what it's called now. Your thing, and we briefly touched on this this podcast has got people confused and stuff, but yeah, we don't hate each other, Ben, do we?
No, I mean, I say that anyway to your face.
Yeah, no, then we'll say
Yeah, mate. No, that's the thing, man. Like we're opposition in business, like, but like we're just people. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
100%.
why have a grudge against someone because they're in the same space with you in the business? Like, I always like to keep relationships open with anyone, even if they do wrong by you. Like, it's not worth burning bridges in the space because in the end, we're people. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, there's people behind a business. Like, yes, we're competing. Yes, we're trying to fight for the same customers. I wouldn't call it fight. There's enough people out there. I mean, not compared to America, but
No,
yeah,
and
that's
that's
a different world.
and that's what appeals us to the US is, we just like, I mean, anyone going to the US, no matter what market it is, you just need a slither, and it blows Australia out the water from what we're being told and what we've seen. So
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got Vemjim here, says hi all. So he's I'm sure Vemjim frequents your posts and pages as well. He's a massive Lawnhub fan too. Where's the mouse? There we go. Jonathan, not going to try and pronounce that last name because I will butcher it. Total Tools going to be stocking seeds soon. Smack the $17 freight and shipping been delayed. So sadly we'll miss sowing this weekend. So sorry, Jonathan. Unfortunately, yeah, shipping delays is another something that we didn't discuss as well about freight. But yeah, obviously we have zero control over that, and it's rather frustrating. But hopefully, whoever it is sorting it out. But Total Tools do have access to seed, Jonathan. So it'd just be a case of asking the manager if they can get it in for you. Because yeah, one store, you might find this funny, Ben, but one of the Total Tools stores took 30 buckets of seed for their store down in Tasmania. So
30 buckets.
Yeah, and the Launceston store. Yeah,
I'm assuming it was ryegrass.
Yeah, it's just yeah, 3 blend. Yeah, it was that we actually found out that it was the blend that they used to oversow Norwood Oval for gather round here. So yeah, it was a nice little like. That's pretty cool.
Do you ever have any issues getting it into Tassie with certificates?
Never been asked for it. Yeah.
They mustn't have caught it.
Yeah.
I used to have that problem so much.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they got certain regulations over there when it comes to seed, actually.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, now that you've said it, then now we will. So that's okay.
That's just another letter.
That's another letter. We haven't had a letter in a while, so
yeah, we're overdue actually.
Yeah, we're well overdue.
Yeah. You're doing a good thing if you're getting letters, mate. Seriously, it means you're doing stuff. You're moving.
Yeah, I mean, there's 100%, and it's impeding on someone that's had so much of the market share for such a long time. It's it's just like you said before, there's plenty of people in this space. But I guess play devil's advocate because I've been doing a lot of that lately. It's helped me view things different perspective. But if you were one of the companies that doesn't like us, and you've had the market share for such a long period of time, you're going to do whatever you can to protect that.
Get it back.
I understand where they're coming from, and we just like to. It's one of our rules: get it done, having fun. So, and that's exactly what we do here, and that results in us getting letters. So, it's just part of the fun.
Yeah, but not everyone wants.
I've had letters, not the way you guys got letters, but I've had letters for saying the wrong thing on video before.
Yes, we've got those. So they're always fun, but you just want to do the right thing. At the end of the day, like if you say something that at the time you genuinely believe is to be factual and it turns out to be wrong, well, of course, let us know because we want to not be given the wrong information. We touched on it before. The amount of misinformation and the amount of off-label use recommendations that that's out there. It's just quite frightening. Like,
and I think it's fair enough when people come to you and say you've said the wrong thing. Can you please adjust that? Especially if it like has an impact on their business and makes people have a perception of something a little bit differently. So yeah, it's just hard when you're in the space and you didn't mean to. And you're just a young bloke and you're like, oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. But
of course, if you've done it on purpose, then you deserve to be, to be punished. But if it was an honest mistake, like, so at the moment, I don't know if you get sow sobs up where you are, but sow sobs are it looks like clover to begin with, then it shoots up a nice little thick green stem and has a yellow flower on top.
So we call it, I think it's a type of oxalis.
Yeah, it is.
So we call it oxalis here, but I think it's slightly different. Sow sobs be treated the same way, but yeah, it's starting to run rampant here.
Yeah, so like broadleaf herbicides only work to a certain extent because it's got like a mat. Like the mature plants will have a tap root that's about this big. So there's a product in the crop industry that's registered for it, and like I've already started to see it, especially in the SA lawn page, like use this, and it's like, oh, it's like,
quiet, please, guys.
It's just it, and that person might not know either, and they might not know that it's not like they don't understand what turf registered or crop registered means, and that's fine, but at the same time, someone might go chuck out this product on their buffalo lawn and then wonder why they've got no lawn left, and it's
it's a scary space. Yeah, you can make one little false move, mix something in wrong, and then it's gone.
It's game over.
Yep.
There's a message here from Lockie saying, can one of you lads let Lawns in Good Nick know that some flog called Nathan is stealing his content on Facebook? Sent him a message, but he hasn't seen it.
Nick's aware of that. He's very aware.
Thank you, Lachlan.
Just reposting his content, basically.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, they've got Nathan's Lawns and Gardens, that guy. They've got his name of his account, and they've got some dude called the Lawn Dad's profile picture, I think, and then they're using Nick's content. So it's like a blend of everything.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks hilarious.
Feel free to use ours. We need some engagement.
More promotion.
Yeah. Free marketing. Yeah, no worries. It's like the stream clippers that just make careers of clip and stream.
Yeah. It's a big
thing. I've gone off topic as well. We missed our first Insta questions as well, so I'll get them back up. So what do we got? Electric Page. You're my husband's new favorite people after our very first ever lawn has been put in. I went for a roll around on it the other day and it was the best. Highly recommend a roll around on the grass after it roots and settles. That's good. It was like I was 5 years old again, having the time of my life. This was the front lawn that the dogs cannot access, so it's lush. The back lawn, not so good. Any recommendations to save the lawn from dogs would be greatly appreciated. Well, that's great to hear, Paige, but one way to get the lawn looking good with dogs is to not have a dog.
I wasn't there to say that.
And, as much as I loved my dog and I'd do anything to have her back, the back lawn does look mint now. It's but look, the advice, and I'm sure you agree, Ben, there is no magic product that's going to fix the damage from dogs, whether it's through their wheeze, whether it's through their tracks that they run, digging. I suppose the advice that we give every single day is try and make the lawn as healthy as it possibly can. Regularly mowing, regularly watering, regularly fertilizing. And if your dog does have, has a tendency of burning after it wheezes, we've got roots and shoots that we like to put in those areas, which is kelp-based product. Helps with the stress happens after that, helps rejuvenate new growth, but it's not going to stop it from happening. I found that changing my dog's diet completely made a difference after about 3 or 4 months, but even still, there was still a moment that, get away from you. But yeah, unfortunately, there's no magic product that's going to fix it. There's only things that will mask it or help it repair.
Yeah, use some pigment or something, paint your lawn. It's the only way you're going to get around that. Yeah, it's a tricky one. But as you said, kelp-based product, At least it'll help rejuvenate or lower your nitrogen input if you're getting those dog wee burns and get liquids with lower N. That's all you can do.
Yeah, that's always a fun topic. The N, the nitrogen word. That's always fun. It's yeah. I had a.
You were talking about last week, weren't you? You talking about nitrogen last week, the week before?
Week before. And I mean, it is. It's the building block of it's the growing block of the plant. All plants need nitrogen to grow, right?
100%.
But everything, just like the products that we sell, the products, the chemicals, everything must be used in moderation. It has to be used as per the label. And, you know, unless, of course, you've got Tiff Tough and you just look at it and it grows and it, you know, thatches up and, you know, it's just
a bit of nitrogen and it goes, hell yeah, and just goes.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. Give me some. Give me some more. Yeah. Yeah. It's, because your Tiff Tough got away from you, unfortunately, a couple of times this season, didn't it?
Yeah, because we didn't keep on top of mowing it. We missed. You just miss 1 week of mowing, and you're scalping it the next week. Do you know what I mean? And we weren't putting any nitrogen. We didn't fertilize that thing. If you want a lawn that doesn't need much input, go Tiff Tough. We didn't fertilize it since Reno in, I think it was October, and it was still kicking along in February. Like, didn't need any extra nitrogen in there.
And I mean, that's the whole, you know, marketing for Tiff Tough. It's obviously low inputs. It's got increased chlorophyll production, basically by itself. That's what it's been bred to do. And like, it's amazing at what it does. But like you said, you miss a mow,
you're gone.
Good luck. Yeah, you're gone. And like, we've got it out the front here. Now the ryegrass has actually come back. It looks really nice. We haven't done anything out there since the last video we filmed out there, which was a couple of months ago.
Did you spray it out, or
nah? I didn't have time.
Come back. Yeah, fair.
Especially where the gum tree shades the area. That's where it was the thickest. But yeah, we've got some broadleaf pop up. We've got some. I don't know if you got fleabane up there, but we got fleabane everywhere down here. It's noxious pest. It's
cape weed's a sucker for us at the moment. We've got cape weed everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's I've actually seen a lot of cape weed so the property behind us it's just been cleared and they're like building a property, like a warehouse, and first bit of rain, come back to work on Monday. Yeah, there it is. It's mental. It's mental. It's it's a funny one. But I suppose that's a good segue into what is your favorite lawn product that's like not a chemical. So you could only use one, and it's the only product that you can use. It can be from your range or a product that you've used in the past that you don't sell or whatever, but just one product.
I think just a straight up NPK. You know what I mean? Very balanced nutrients. Hence why I called one of my products Balance. But something that's going to give you as many nutrients as it can in one product, and you get your best bang for your buck, really. Because a lot of those products have a bit of kelp and stuff in them too, so they all blend a bit of everything. Probably that. I wouldn't go for a granular fert. I'd probably go liquid fert. It's more golf course days, which gives me that. I just love liquids on the golf course, fert and greens with liquids. You just get that instant visual result within the first 24 hours, and you can control your inputs a bit more. You don't have as much leaching, you know what I mean? When it comes granular, so if you get a real hectic either summer and it's really hot, or you get a lot of rain, you lose a lot of your fert, leaches out into areas you don't want it to. So you got a lot more control with liquids. So I'd say, probably a liquid fert for sure would be my go-to.
And it's valid. Wetting agent for me. If I could only use one product, wetting agent. Yeah, that was the first, and I think it sits closer to me because it's the first product that I really did some research on. You know, and it was like, and the easiest way that I explain it to people, because that you say to someone, is your lawn hydrophobic? And someone that's not in this space has no idea what that means. But something I can almost guarantee they do know is when you pour a whole bunch of water into the garden bed and just sits there.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the example that I use. And yeah, there's wetters out there with kelp in it, but Lawnhub specific, so I'm only going to use our weather.
You've got me there. I'd almost say, well, would it be close to me for it too? Thinking about that, like,
just the benefits it has, and like obviously, if you're in a real dry climate and you do manage to get some rainfall, or you are fortunate enough to get some irrigation onto it, you're just going to use that water, much more
efficiently. And you find you'll even get a green up too when you put a wetter out and then put your water out too. Like it'll naturally, because it's soaking it so much more evenly. Like you can just put water out and you can see that after and like, oh, the lawn's got a bit of a shine to it now, and it's like slightly taking up some different nutrients. So yeah, it's true. It's one of those interesting products, which I mean, on the golf course, that's probably our most used product that we had.
It's honestly one that's something over the past two seasons that we've put a lot of effort into marketing, talking about, educating, and making fun, and it leapfrogged as our second best liquid from our range, minus NSFW, because that's you know what I mean? Like it's our liquid, but it's not a liquid fertilizer as such. And yeah, that was really surprising for us because obviously we talk about it a lot, and then with the introduction of Escort, and that mixes really well with Roots. So wet Roots and Escort as a combination in a tank mix is it's taken lawns that, because Escort's a micro product, and we've learned
what's Escort.
Micro product, and something that I was not very familiar with, to be honest. And so we don't make Escort on site here. We just don't have the facilities to make the microbes. And speaking to the people that make it for us, they're very passionate about it. That's all they do. It's like you're listening to someone. They're speaking a different language, but the passion. Like it's like you're talking about the cache, like the cache from here, and then turning carbon, and he was like just
a different world.
He's got all these graphs in his PowerPoint presentation, and it was fantastic. But you'd agree, but microbes are one of those products that don't give you a result in 24 hours. It's time.
No, you don't see it's time. Yeah, you get a couple of seasons. No, not a couple of seasons. In a season, you'll see a big difference, but it'll be more that you get so much more out of your current soil, which is the big win. You know what I mean? It's even going to help with thatch problems, breaking down your thatch. There's microbes in the soil already.
Yeah.
But a lot of soils are very low on CEC and even like cation exchange capacity, what that is.
Yeah,
so
that's the word that they'll get.
Yeah. They love it. They absolutely love it. I've watched a few video essays on that stuff. I'm a nerd, man. I love that.
So do I. And honestly, I never read anything at school. I just hated it. Hate's a strong word, but school wasn't for me. The learning environment wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, you listen to these blokes talk, and women. They're so passionate. Whereas a school teacher, it's a job. It's and it's a job for these people as well. But when they're getting excited about terms and phrases that just you shouldn't get excited about. But if they're getting excited about it, then okay, these guys care.
They're legit. I love it.
So that introduction of that product, we've had it's very much in line with wetting agents. People go, it's snake oil, doesn't work, but we've sold that combination like a few discount codes. You put it together, and after that third or fourth use, and really like seeing and comparing it to same time last year where they might have had a troubled area, and obviously with the added the kelp and obviously the wetting agent with it, it just lawns are transforming, and it's been really exciting. It's got some humic and fulvic in it as well.
Nice.
It's just, and it smells like Worcestershire sauce. It's great.
Yep, I know that smell. It's a good one. And it smells like bum after a while.
Yeah, after a while. But yeah, like microbes are something that we've learned a lot here at Lawnhub over the past this season. Something that I know you've dabbled in for much longer than us, but it was sort of that product that we felt we were missing, and we were presented with an opportunity. It's sort of like you sit around a table you say something, Google listens, then, you know,
Oh, man.
sends a message out, and then you get a phone call from someone and boom, here you are, you know? So, yeah, wild. Better be careful how loud we say that. Isn't that right, Dylan?
Yeah.
Favorite chemical?
I would probably a PGR.
Yeah. Oh,
Probably
gone,
PGR.
John.
I've lost you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah, cool.
I'm just replacing the camera battery. So.
Okay, all good. Yeah,
fair enough. Good on you.
PGR. Yeah,
yeah, PGR probably. In moderation though, like obviously stick to the windows and everything and apply it. I think especially for me on property, like keeping things under regulation just helps me keep up with everything. Pre-emergents are great for preventing weeds, because you're not using a ton of chem to like hit something like post once something germinates. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's a fight between pre-emergent and PGR for me, really. I think.
I was thinking about it on the way to Kent Town this morning, like which one I'd more lean towards, but there's just something about was that a week or so after a PGR application when everything tightens up and it's got that look.
Can't beat it.
Whereas a pre-emergent to stop POA has a
very exciting.
It's got a very good case, you know. It's like, oh, no winter grass this year, or do I just So I landed on PGR as well. I think because you can always suppress the POA in winter if you wanted to, I guess, but
it's just pass pale which gets you.
Yeah, the dirty dog. God, that is a pain. It runs rampant out here, and I know it runs rampant on your property because I give you some stick about it every time.
So good. I love it.
Does it throw up big seed heads, or you cut it down before it gets that bad?
We tend to cut it down before it gets that bad, unless I'm away on holidays or something, and the boys didn't mow because the dog. No, I'm joking. No. We keep it under control, but it still just goes rampant because it was in there where the green is. There's an old horse paddock, so there's so much weed in there and so much. A lot of Patterson's curse, and Paspalum's a huge one. If you actually look, when you come to the property, if you come in warmer months, you'll see next to the green is just full of Paspalum. It's basically just like a Paspalum lawn.
Yeah,
which I don't put anything there, which I should, but I haven't. So I need to actually put pre-emergent there next season. Although we're not putting pre-emergent in the ryegrass this year as a little trial, just to see how it pans out over the next season. Yeah,
I mean, because the new ryegrass is a different cultivar than the one that was there before.
Correct. Yeah, different cultivar. Because the old SR varieties that I was passionate about and used to have in my lawn in town, they don't come into Australia anymore. They're gone.
Oh, well, there you go.
So we're going to something else, which is very, very similar, similar color. It's just a different cultivar, It's just a replacement for those, basically. There's always the latest and greatest out. Like, everyone always talks about RPR and all this stuff. But, I mean, in the end, like, fine turf ryegrass, it's going to struggle with water anyway. It'll die in the summertime.
Yeah, it's crazy how they're able to get Adelaide Oval look so good because that's a stitched rye. And I mean, during the test match, it was stinking hot here during the test match this year. And December last year. How they get it to look just so good over the 5 days, like it's just, and it's all on sand profile. Like I'm assuming they're irrigating at night. It's not sticking around for the next day. It's gone.
No, there'd be water in it like crazy. I was talking to what's the young bloke's name there? I went there.
JT?
JT. Yeah, he's such a nice fella.
Went
and chat with him, and he was telling me about. I forget how much they water, but it was a lot. But they've trained their root system pretty insanely deep, so it handles a lot of it. But ryegrass is a funny one. It takes most of its nutrients and water up in that first 2 to 3 centimeters, which is why a lot of people talk about if you start using PGRs on ryegrass, it can be an issue because it will starve it of nutrients, water, and it can actually struggle a lot more. You can use it with it, like I have before, but it'll struggle even more in those extreme seasons too, because it takes all its nutrients up there. And obviously your pre-emergent actual barrier sits there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it makes sense because it's just,
Yeah.
and I mean, ryegrass is so hungry. Like the ryegrass out here, which is the Lawnhub blend, like you're 2 or 3 days behind. You pull into the driveway and it's like screaming at you, feed me, I'm hungry.
Starting to go lime green. It's funny
Yeah,
stuff.
that's what it is at the moment.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Goodness. Favorite cool season variety?
Oh, we're just talking about ryegrass, probably ryegrass.
Yeah.
Mostly for just the texture of the leaf and like the stripes is the big thing. And when you get that, when you oversow at a stupid rate, like when I'm saying stupid, like 10 kilos per 100 square meters, I'm talking great, like Augusta style.
Seed
Like
on seed on seed.
Seed on, yeah, exactly. Like it's so dense, it doesn't even tiller.
Mhm.
It is pure. That's my lawn in town was that. Basically wasn't tillering because I had it so thick there. I mean, I haven't done that here at all yet. I probably should because it probably would choke out other weeds coming through. But then you deal with, you know, disease too because you got so much seed creating. So you got to do it the right way. But yeah, ryegrass easily. What about you?
Well, it's tough because I really like bent grass. Like I haven't dabbled in it the you know, the experience that you've got, but I did my 30 squares out the front, did a oversow 1 year, turned it into a putting green, and the stripes I got from that, the playability. And I know it's like everyone's like, oh, it was only a couple of Scotty, but like it was fun. It was a nice project. I got some power towards the back end of winter, which was a bit of a pain. It's interesting that it didn't happen at the start. It happened, you know, towards the back end of winter, which was interesting. But I had that under reg. I was like on top of everything, my inputs, and yeah, it was really fun. Took a while to spray out. Took 2 seasons to spray out, actually.
It holds on, man.
Yeah,
it does hold on.
But I have done a rye overseed my front yard, and yeah, the stripes that rye gives when it's established, nothing comes close to it. Absolutely nothing.
You need to try a straight ryegrass lawn. There's something different as opposed to an overseed. I don't know what it is, but like the stripes are again next level, and just the feeling underfoot, something different. I mean, Adelaide Oval's like that.
Adelaide Oval, it's fabulous. Honestly, it's one of the grounds. Like the MCG is really restricted. Like you can't, like even with the MCG tour, you're not even allowed to go out and walk on there. You walk on the AstroTurf. Whereas Adelaide Oval, like I think after the Crows game, there was 2 or 3 games where you had a kick and catch on the Oval afterwards. When they remove the dropping wickets, you're allowed to come and view from a certain area, which is actually on the ground. There's a lot more. I don't know what the other states are like, but you get a lot of access to Adelaide Oval if you're in the right place at the right time.
It's cool.
But yeah, it's just standing on it and touching it, and like and the stadium itself. We spoke about it last week, but Adelaide Oval, it's got character and it's got so good. I love it.
It's a good spot. I enjoy going there. Even like looking at the drop-in wickets and stuff. Like it's super interesting.
It is interesting, and yeah, when we had Hoffy on the podcast, he just got back from America for the T20, and like the challenges they had there, where they had to grow them in Florida, and then put them on a truck and send them up, and it's just like, who would have thought? Like one of our suppliers, his saying is, "It's just grass," and it is just grass, but you know, it's so many different stories, avenues, experiences, and yeah, especially in the States, like who would have thought cricket would even be a conversation in the US, you know, 10, 15 years ago.
Mate, exactly. Yeah, that it's just grass comment, like it's a funny one. It's almost a little bit offensive in the in the turf world, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it is just grass, you know, and it's just
exactly.
You know, it's not the be all and end all. It's not, you know, I used to have this saying in the supermarket and it was mainly a certain department that used to freak out a lot. But I used to just say to them, we're not brain surgeons. If the stock's not here, we can't do it. You know, just
it is what it is.
It is what it is, you know. So that department was not fond of me, but I wasn't fond of them. So it doesn't matter. It's, you know, there's common grounds there. So but yeah, it's we might have to, well, Dylan's got a fescue only seed blend that's coming in at his place. So
watch out.
It's growing bunter.
Yeah, I told you, man. Told you.
hesitantly told me, but we got there.
No. As in, like, so Dylan was a bit concerned that he put his seed out, he followed the instructions, and it wasn't really coming. And I said, just wait, because you'll come home one day and you'll see that green haze, and then from there on in, it will go bunter. And
it was like the day after, pretty much. It was like, I know what he's talking about.
There's
now.
the haze, and
there's the haze.
Now the lawn's gone.
Stressful period when waiting for it to come up and germinate, isn't it? They're like, come on, bro, there's nothing there. It's been like 5 hours. What's happening?
Yeah. Come on. It's funny because when we did the overseed out the front here, I wanted to time it so it wasn't so hot, and we did it. We did all that work. We top dress and like scarif, like it was a whole series. And then the next week we had like 35, 37 degree days. And I was just like, oh, I've cooked this. Nothing's going to come up now. But yeah, we got a good hit rate. We had to do another overseed, but yeah, we got a decent hit rate. But yeah, which is all normal, fun, all part of the plan, I suppose. So, but yeah, I do love a good bent grass. I got bent grass out the back growing in the shade area.
Yep.
It's about 20, 25 mil with a rotary mower. It looks really nice at that height, actually.
Does it get disease in the shade?
Not in that corner. No, a little bit further down, there's a little bit of, it's a little bit, I don't know what it is. It's just a concoction of everything mixed together, which it's just, moisture, shade. All the fun stuff. Yeah, it's just, it does struggle. But yeah, in the corner, it flourishes well. It goes away in the summertime because the kite creeps into it and starts growing into the drain that's there. And then as soon as the sun shifts and the shade starts to come back, the bent comes back. So
resilient stuff. Now I got a question for you. What is bunter?
Oh, bunter. Bunter is like crazy. It's growing crazy. Yeah.
It sounds fast, bro.
South Australian term, maybe?
Yeah, bunter must be a South
Australian.
I've never heard bunter before.
I saw someone made a comment about plant and plant too, which is funny. You guys in saying plant. Where does that even come from?
Plant.
Weird South Australian.
Adam,
I like
plants. And plant. I don't know. It's plant.
It's not plant. It's plant. It's plant.
Oh, plant. Plant sounds like
plant.
Plant.
I don't know. There is, like, we talk about it in America, the states all have accents, right?
Yeah.
Australia, 100% the same. Like, we've all got accents, like Palmer.
What do you say? I say Palmy.
Yeah, Palmer.
Yeah, I say Palmy. But people in New South Wales say Palmer, and I was like, no, surely not.
They can all sit in a circle and work it out that it's actually Palmy, and then they can come back to society.
It's just so much work.
Yeah, that's right. There's a few other words like Fritz. I don't think that's a common term. Like Fritz. Yeah, like you might call it Devon.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
So we call it Fritz.
Good old Devon.
Yeah,
Devon and tomato sauce. Yes.
Yes.
I didn't even know that one. I thought Fritz was universal.
Nah. Like bathers.
Does that mean they don't have Smiley Fritz, or they call it Smiley Devon?
Smiley Devon.
Really?
Yeah,
there you
go.
go.
I know what Smiley Devon is. You guys.
Next time you come to Adelaide, you'll have to. We'll take you around to all the places. We'll show you all our cuisine. One of them's Smiley Fritz. Yeah.
Oh, we did that for Isaac. We had an Australian cuisine, and we got Smiley Fritz and sauce.
Yeah, we got some Balfour's frog cake too. Yeah, there's a few things here that we do differently. Which, when you're young, you just think that's the way, right?
Yeah. It's just what everything is. Yep, exactly. You have a plant. There's a couple of other words you guys say. I can't think of off the top of my head. How do you say roof? Do you say roof normal?
Yeah, roof. Is there
in America, that's one word. They go roof. I know there's a couple. Every state says it a little bit differently. So I wasn't sure if you guys said differently.
They talk a bit slower too. They do. More, and it's spit it out, bro. It's like, come on.
Tell me what you're trying to say, brother.
Yeah. There's a guy here. I think it says Brisbane Nurse Bennett. What's PGR? Ben, from you give the more technical response, but how would you explain what PGR does?
So it's a plant growth regulator, which means it's just regulating the growth of your lawn. So used in the warmer months or the cooler months if you've got a cool season grass, to help regulate your lawn growth. So instead of pushing a lot of energy into vertical growth, it'll actually slow down. So, what's the actual term that it? There's a term for how it works.
Elongate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it normally it doesn't elongate the plant. It does the
No,
opposite of
no.
elongating.
Well, that was on our whiteboard, but was the whiteboard?
I know this. I talk about this like every time I talk about PGRs, and I know off the top of my head, but I can't think of it.
PGR, maybe.
Nah, that I wrote it. Nah, the whiteboard. There's another sheet here for PGR.
Oh, it inhibits gibberellic acid. That's one thing that it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it stops the production. It doesn't stop, but it slows down gibberellic acid, which gibberellic acid is what helps put energy in the plant and help it grow. And like that is what helps elongate the cells in the plant too. So it actually minimizes that. So it basically just, it means instead of cutting twice a week, you can go back to almost once a fortnight when you get on a plant growth regulator program. So it just means you can mow less regularly. It'll put more energy into sideways growth. It's not going to help it move sideways quicker. It just helps it get a bit denser, helps it tiller more. So if you've got a single plant blade, it'll help it actually shoot out from one plant and tiller more and make your lawn look a lot thicker. So that's why we love it, is because it gives you that dense turf, slows your lawn down. So you can still mow as much as you did before, I guess, if you want to, which is what I used to do anyway. But you always just get a cleaner cut because you're not taking off a ton of grass, which is, yeah. But you have to learn about plant growth regulators. Like you have to learn when it kicks out of like regulation. So the hotter it is, the quicker the product will run out. The cooler it is, the longer it'll last. So there's a lot of calculators online. Syngenta has one on their website that basically shows you how often you need to apply it, and it will actually go off the median temperatures and everything. And yeah, it's a process, but it's fun. It's super nerdy, but
yeah, it's super nerdy. I always say the person that figured out the GDD calculator is one of the smartest human beings in the galaxy. Like, imagine, like, and then you could go back even further, and then how was Trinexapac even? How was that even put together?
And had let's chuck it on some grass and see what it does, eh?
Yeah, that's and I suppose that's companies like Syngenta that do stuff like that, right? They spend billions of dollars on products and research, and like the story about Acelepryn and chlorantraniliprole is just such an exciting, like it's quite interesting in how they, which I don't know if you know how it was sort of found, but
I haven't heard the story, no.
So from what I understand, it was these explorers were in the rainforest, and they were getting smashed with bugs all day. And then they sort of came around an area and they started chatting like, "There's no bugs here, man. Like we're not
really."
Nothing." So they took all these samples, and one of the samples was off the bark of a tree, and they found out that the tree was excreting this, this toxin or this, this form of chemical that was killing bugs and keeping it away from them. However, that was also harmful to mammals. So then they had to, sort of reverse it so it wasn't really toxic to mammals. And now as Acelepryn or chlorantraniliprole is in a state where it's non-scheduled, so you don't actually need PPE to apply it.
Pretty insane.
It's fantastic. It's crazy, but I'm glad that it's not made that way. It's made in a lab now, but it's you wouldn't want to be cutting down trees to just stop some black beetle in your lawn. It's obviously also used in crops all the time. That's where it's sold. Majority of the chlorantraniliprole usage across the globe is in crops. It's very, like, you and I might sell lots of Acelepryn throughout the year, but that'd be a farm's worth.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? It's insane to think about it like that. Next level. Interesting though. I didn't know that story. There you go.
Yeah. I used to get down some weird rabbit holes, man. It's
I love
like it's I read and I've said this before, but I've read this study on when to introduce a greens mower from a solid roller to a slotted roller.
Really, one of those wheelie rollers they call them. Yeah.
I read a study on that, like when if you were to transition, what the benefits would be at different times. I was like, first of all, who has time to even think about, and you know what? I read it, but I don't remember what the answer was, and I was, it was just there was so much information.
I've read many articles like that too, man. Like, you get in those rabbit holes. I don't even know why.
No.
Like, you're reading about grass, but like it is interesting because you can get so in depth with it. You don't realize the depth of it. Like, I guess it's something I like to always say is when you think you know everything about something, you then find out you know nothing. Like, it's just, yeah, that's what I love about learning though, I guess, is it's like a bottomless pit. Your brain's not that big, it's gonna remember everything.
100%. And if you're always looking for something, you're always going to find something of that something. You're never going to find it all, you know. So
Yep.
and then all of a sudden you'll come across something, it'll give you a piece of information, and then I want to know more about that, and then divert. And that's sort of where I started too when I started to really get involved in it. When I first built my house, was, you know, learning about different actives. You know, learning that there's no one size fits all application thing. There's like winter grass is so hard to kill because it's been, you know, continuously regenerating itself off of different, you know, strands and different genuses, because it's able to change its cell structure to make sure that, okay, I'm not going to die from that application anymore. So, you know, these treatments that have been used for the last 20, 30 years no longer work on majority of the plants because they've just been, you know, continuously not having that anymore. So
next level, it's just mind blowing, which is why golf courses end up dealing with it instead of, you know, trying to get rid of it. It just makes sense.
Especially if you can make it manageable. I mean, like Winged Foot, where Bryson won his first US Open, that's all power. That's power from tee to green, you know.
It's
like
crazy,
it's definitely manageable, but, you know, and Torrey Pines sprays Primo every 2 weeks over there, regardless of the season. You know, that's
well, even look, Pebble Beach is all.
Yep.
That's one of the like pristine, like insane courses, all power. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, you know, and it does get a bad rap, but I'm sure if there was a worldwide ban on power treatment starting tomorrow, everyone will adapt to it. You know,
I think it's becoming the norm too, because even the golf course in town, as they're switching across to power greens, they're just sick of dealing with trying to get rid of the power and keep the bent. Like, it's just too much work. So they put to the board. That's what they were doing. And funnily enough, I had some people from the board send me an email and say, should we be doing this? I was like, why are you asking me for starters?
Yeah.
And yes, definitely, I would highly recommend you do that, because I think people look at my green. There's no power in that, but I'll tell you why. We didn't have traffic on it every single day.
Yes.
Like, we can hand pick it out if we see it, because it's such a small, what's one green. We're looking after one area. Like, and it's not getting play on it every single day. So most of the time that power just spreads when people walk from one area to the next, you know what I mean? It slowly takes over, because power, wintergrass, produces so many seed heads per season. Like, it's like millions or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's one plant can produce, you know, tens of millions of seeds if it's allowed to. You know, it's mental.
Yeah, it's just insane.
It's one of those. Imagine if all like grass varieties were like that.
I know.
Just reproduce like that. I mean, I could argue that the common cooch we have growing in the garden bed here has, I don't know, it's off its head. It's grown bunter.
New word, I'm going to use it.
I love it. No, it's great. It's but yeah, the common cooch here, and even at Royal Adelaide, we had Nathan Bennett on the podcast. He's the super at Royal Adelaide here, and they just, common cooch just has a place at Royal Adelaide now. They're sick of fighting it in the fairways and the rough. They just, you know, they regulate it just through the winter time as well. You know, keeps the power down as well, but it also helps the common cooch, because obviously it's not as cold tolerant as the Santa Ana, although one would argue that they're both the same. They can be the same. Very, very not good in colder climates, but you know.
I mean, you can get anything looking pretty good. Like, I went to the lakes and they've got kike on their fairways. You know what I mean? Kike on there. They got some Santa Ana on the tees in a couple of different areas. It's different grass here and there, but the kike looks like cooch, like hybrid cooch, because they've just regulated it so well with plant growth regulator, and then they're just so consistent with their mowing, and they're just bang on with all their programs. Like, it looks such a weird thing. Like, you can tell it's kike, but it has that super, super dense, like, fine look to cooch grass. It's just weird, but yeah, you can make anything. I mean, probably not buffalo. I don't think you can do that with
buffalo.
It's a different story, but yeah.
It's just I just don't like it, and it has its place, but it doesn't mean I have to like it. So that's all I got to say about
Oh, it
buffalo.
definitely has its place, and I want to get some buff here for the fun of it.
Mm.
But I wouldn't choose as my first.
No, it's just it doesn't look right when you don't look after it properly. At least with kike, if you don't look after it like properly, it's still like it still looks okay. But buffalo, like you say mean words to it and it gets upset and it changes color. Like, it's not like Tiff Tough. You just walk past it and you might drop one bit of sweat and there's nitrogen in that.
Man,
I'm growing. Yeah.
I mean, the one case I've seen buffalo go pretty well when it's common, like you can get like a common buff down at the south coast where we go on holidays. He has a holiday house down there, in-laws. And buffalo, it's very resilient there. It's just adapted to that climate very, very well. And it's like it's not a cultivar that's been brought in from overseas. Like it's just naturally growing there. And that's the one case I've seen it where like it's super, like it suits really, really well. Handles the heat, handles the cold. It's got a thicker leaf on it, but it's different. It's interesting. That's the one time I've seen it look a little bit more like in place, if that makes sense.
Still has an asterisk next to it. Still
it does. You're still like, well.
That's funny. All right,
I've got a couple of Instagrams.
Yeah, go for it, Dylan. I was going to say because we got some comments here, so
no worries.
But Dylan's going to read some here first, so you go first.
So I got SW Bell 3. What's a great fine blade grass that's easy to maintain and can handle shade and stays green in winter?
Yeah, we're looking at fine fescues at that point.
What's the grass that can do it all?
Well, it's not going to do it all, but it's going to tolerate it probably the best. Yeah, it's the sun and shade blend mix that Dylan has at his house. I think you can get that from the Aussie Lawns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
and stuff. Yeah, fescues.
But it's not ever going to be perfect. It's not going to be that Instagram photo worthy. It's a tough one. And we would never recommend artificial lawn. So
that's the devil.
That is the devil. So yeah, probably look at something that's going to be sun and like a shade mix blend with lots of fine fescues and something that's and the beauty of multiple blends is if one doesn't work, the other two or three might, and vice versa. So something will take over eventually.
Yep.
Cool.
That's great advice, mate.
Thank you, sir.
Not bad. Not bad. Julian Vella asks, when is the best time to apply? And that's it.
I'm going to assume that's PGR. Yeah.
PGR perhaps.
If you have a warm season grass in the growing season, so anywhere from sort of, in our climate, from November onwards, we can start applying it after Reno and it's starting to grow nicely. But if you've got a cool season grass, I mean, in theory, you could apply it all year round. But
yeah, we've got PGR on our bent grass right now, so you can do it. You can definitely do it.
Cool season, I'd say for cool season, the window's a lot more larger. But if you're in like we were saying before, you get a real short window if you've got, Sir Grange in a somewhat dodgy climate. Our sort of climate, Cooch and Cockoo and that, you do have a window, but cool season window, you have much greater window. So whatever the growing season is for the lawn, for the warm season lawn in your area, otherwise cool season, when it's not stinking off.
Easiest way to know is just when you notice you just need to mow all the time. You're like, all right, let's start using PGR. That's the easiest thing. You mow more than once. You feel like you need to mow more than once a week. It's normally a telltale sign.
Sorry. The phone was gone bunter.
Word of the day.
That'll be a challenge for you in your podcast next week. How many times
you put the TV on. I don't know what you've clicked.
You're a bit challenged there, mate.
Yeah. We're watching,
how's that?
What is going on? We'll put that on.
There's a flower.
In your podcast next week, Ben, is you got to try and drop the word bunter as many times as possible.
Done. Easy.
I've got one more.
One more, yep.
Alex Duds 93 asks, post lawn top dress, does it matter if you mow first or fertilize first? Kikuyu lawn.
It's a good question. I mean, well, for me, you'd either fertilize before the reno or at the time of reno. So then your next course of action would be a mow, in my opinion. That's what I would do. But if you haven't fertilized, then I'd still mow and then fertilize, because if your lawn needs a cut, then you may as well mow it and then fertilize.
What was the question? I half zoned out.
It's getting to that time.
The brain's going bunter.
It was post-lawn top dress. Does it matter if you mow first or fertilize first with Kikuyu lawn?
I mean, that's like one of those questions people get stuck on a lot is timing of, do I do it before, after mow, before sand, after sand. Like, just put it out when it's convenient for you. In all honesty, you'll get better results if you do it at the time of doing the reno, obviously, but like, don't stress if you put the fert out after you've mowed. Like, seriously, I think people get stuck up on timing a lot. I mean, there's timing obviously for when to put things out, but when it comes to like, is it going to be before or after this certain application, don't stress too much about it.
Yes. Brandy from Down Under says, now this is a weird crossover episode. Nah, what are you talking about? It's great. Daniel Pittman says hello. He's jelly.
Jelly?
Yeah.
I can
Daniel.
jelly.
Yeah. Too much dirty bird for me. I'm full. I probably won't eat dinner now.
That is fair, bro.
You've done well.
Yeah. Then there's some comments here from Vemjum. Yeah. So Devon and Fritz. It's different. No, it's not. I used to order. We used to sometimes get Devon sticks, the Conroy's one, which was red and white. Instead it'd be called Fritz, obviously, because that's what we call it. But sometimes you'd get it and it'd be called Devon, and you'd have to send it back because that was the wrong one.
I'm gonna Google Fritz right now. Fritz.
Just don't Google what it is. Like, just, you know.
Hey, it looks like Devon. Yeah.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Hey. German-inspired force meat. Okay. Sounds a bit weird. Only used in the state of South Australia.
But it's Devon.
There you go.
In the other states, yeah. So we're very special here. Wasn't South Australia the only state not settled by convicts?
It's true.
Yeah, so.
You are special.
Yeah, we're very special.
Built different.
Yeah, built different. That's the saying that gets used around here.
That's a national one, that one.
Doug Kemp. So another word that might be used or said differently is school and pool.
School. No.
And
Same way. Pool.
Yeah.
Peel.
Yeah.
Peel.
And then what have we got here? Scott Crawford says, my winter cooch is about a year old. I aerated and noticed the roots are very shallow, around 30 mil. I've been using Trojan, roots and shoots, and BBW. What can I do to promote growth? Well, promote root growth is your phosphorus. So if that's something that's going to produce or help with root development, the only way to really know is if you could do a soil test. But the other thing as well is, I mean, it's as we're moving into the cooler period, there's not really too much amendments that are going to really drive root growth because the plant's going to start to get go to sleep a little bit depending on where you are. So, you could look at a phosphorus-based fertilizer, which is like Got Laid for us. It's our starter fertilizer. It's got a decent amount of phosphorus in it. Otherwise we'll get a soil test, see if there's something else that's potentially going in there. Not sure what you've got to add there, Ben.
Mate, I'm there with you. Yeah, but soil test, if you're struggling there, 100% is the way to go because you'll know what's going on down below. Otherwise, it's a bit of a guessing game.
It is. And soil tests are one of those things like really unlocks so much information. And we're not talking about those ones that you get from the shop that we're not allowed to talk about. They sort of give you a pH sort of thing, and like pH is an indicator potentially of something, but the pH isn't the be all and end all. You speak to agronomists, and they'll talk about how to manage different pH soils rather than lower or raise it. So, agronomists again, they're some people that are like they love what they do. That's their life. They're interesting. The Lachlan says, any thoughts on regenerating perennial ryegrass. That's that RGPR. RGPR. Is that what you were mentioning before?
RPR.
Yeah, RPR. Yeah. So sounds too good to be true. I mean, I haven't really had much. We haven't had. We're just in different climates, and you're the one that's had. Like,
I used to have RPR.
Yeah, you rate it. You like?
I
Is
used
it?
to have the Torfescu version too.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same as what I had.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Yeah, they don't have actual runners, or you know what I mean, like rhizomes. And if they do move, like they're going to go from like $1 coin to maybe like the size of a mug, like the circumference of a mug or something. You know what I mean? Which ryegrass does that anyway because it's a bunch top grass. So it's a lot of marketing hype. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know the guy that says it, but yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, the other thing as well here in Australia, the claims are much loosely regulated. We've found, whereas in the US, like we've had to remove a lot of stuff from our labels because they're claims that just you're not allowed to claim. You can't claim for that. You can't say that.
There you go.
And it's quite interesting, and I mean that's a whole different story. And I have noticed that we've gone for 2 hours, so I don't want to take too much of your time, Ben, because I know the little kids will come, and it's so funny that you have a bus. That's actually so cool. I rate that so much.
That is awesome.
So yeah, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but we do have some comments here, which I can get to quickly, but I had some final questions, and they were not lawn related at all, so they're just completely just general. But I thought you never know. So, favorite movie?
Yeah. I am a Star Wars man, so
yeah, right. There you go.
Any prequels actually, or a bit of Clone Wars. I love a bit of the Clone Wars cartoons, believe it or not. So yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd through and through in many ways. Yeah.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith was my favorite.
It is a banger. Yep.
Yeah, that because when you're a kid, like I never watched the first Star Wars. I started with Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's where Star Wars sort of like that that you don't know anything before that.
Yep.
And then like as you grow up, you start to hear about Darth Vader, and then you work out that it is Anakin the whole time, and it's like, what? That's so cool. I had no idea. You know? So favorite TV show or series?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would toy up between. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If you've ever seen that show,
I love it.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is so good. Or The Office, or yeah, along those lines. Like I'm just comedy. I love comedy stuff. Something that made me laugh, a cheap laugh. Yep.
You could only watch one of those, your favorite movie or favorite show. So I'll include, because favorite movie is Star Wars, I'll include that as the whole thing. So favorite movie genre or the show, you can only watch one. The other one you can never watch ever again.
Wow. Okay. I don't know if I can do that because they're polar opposites.
I know. That's what makes it. So
a lot more viewing hours with the TV show.
Yeah.
Well, but the Clone Wars, the cartoon, that's huge.
Oh, if we include that.
Yeah, I'm including all of
the
that.
whole franchise.
The whole franchise.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I'd probably go Star Wars. Yeah.
And then your favorite meme.
I don't know if I have a favorite meme.
There's so many.
I love a good meme.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could pinpoint one though, because I'm a lot of like I grew up with Vine, like when Vine was.
Yes. Well, mine's technically not a meme. It is a Vine. Mine's a Vine. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I don't know. There's just too many to think. I couldn't name one. No, that's a hard one. Sorry.
Because the one that just sticks with me, and it's the stupidest Vine ever, and I don't know why I like it so much, but it's the one with the flying lawnmower.
Oh, yes.
I do remember that. Every time I see it, I have to stop and watch it.
It's on brand.
You know, it's just so funny. It's so relevant to everything else of the Vines, because that's just so of left field, you know, like we said at the start, like that was legitness before filming.
Yes.
Look at all those chickens. That's another one. Like they're all
Yes.
original. Like
He needs some milk.
he needs some milk,
What the dog doing?
Like what the dog? Like there's so many. Like it's just. But that one, the flying lawnmower, is
It is a banger. I'll give you that.
I don't know why. It's just what a time to be alive back then.
Can I guess your favorite movie show? Would it be Jurassic Park?
That is 100% correct. Yes, there's
Would it be the first one?
no debating that. Yep, the first one by the length of the galaxy. Yep,
Nice.
I don't know if you get my favorite TV show though.
You probably got something weird and wacky.
Yep,
Something
you're
like
on track there.
Something like Scrubs or Law and Order or something like that. Yeah, that sort of fun.
I'm a Law and Order fan. SVU mainly because that's what Angel's into. Well, that's my favorite Law and Order series, but it's not my favorite TV show series. We just finished rewatching SVU actually.
Into anime?
Not really.
Would you call Pokemon anime?
Yeah, but that's not my favorite TV show or series. I do like Pokemon, but only Gen 1 though. Everything else is just too weird. I don't get it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
What even are these new Pokemon? Come on.
It's like a trash bag.
It's just like that's why 151's doing so well because it's like nostalgic. All these, original 151. It's just that's what people want. So just keep producing them, please.
We're old, bro.
Yeah.
Once you get over 30, you become a bit weird.
Yeah.
TV show though. Can you give me a hint? See if I can get it.
Involves a plane.
Oh, really? Lost.
Yeah. I love Lost. I love it. Yeah. And if it's this or that, it's really like I love Jurassic Park and you include like Camp Cretaceous and the Chaos series, the anime there and the cartoon, and then the last movie you can just scrap that and put that in the bin. That was woeful.
I haven't seen it.
You're not missing anything. It has no bearing on the story or nothing, so I wouldn't worry about it. But Lost is my just fate. Like it's just my comfort show.
It gets weird though, bro.
I know. That's why I like it.
It would be something weird.
Yeah. I love it. It's so good. I've watched it. I've rewatched it probably 8 or 9 times to be honest.
Wow.
And each time I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah. I
remember this part, brother.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, but I honestly don't know this or that. I don't know if I could separate the two because, like you said, they're so different. They're just
Yeah.
But
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I'll be happy with either. Like if you put them in a box and I had to pick box A or B, I'll be happy with either. So
very safe answer.
It is. So
it is very safe.
But so thank you, Ben. That 2 hours went by so fast.
It's good.
But yeah, we'll when the stars align again, hopefully get you on again. Hopefully I can escape from the busyness of this place and we'll get out to your place and we'll have a look and have a bit of a play around. The one thing on your property that I'm more intrigued to look at is the raised from the green up to the shed because you always said that the camera doesn't do it justice, and I just want to be the tester. I just want to be,
see if he's a liar.
Yeah, see if you just paint the story.
Just trying to make myself seem like it's harder than it is. Yeah.
And the bore. I really want to look at the bore. I just
you're gonna see just a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I don't know. It starts me. I wrote here. You still got fish in the dam, or are they gone?
I couldn't tell you. I assume they're gone because I haven't seen one for 3 years. But I mean, it's full of weeds, so I don't know. You can go for a swim when you come here if you want.
Yeah. Is there any leeches in there? You ever been bitten by a leech?
Oh, as a kid, yeah.
Horrible.
I haven't told me that. That's filthy. They're dirty things.
Yeah, yuck. Anyway, I'll just quickly get through these questions so we don't leave anyone on red. Daniel has cooch growing in his buffalo. Unfortunately, there's nothing that's going to spray that out.
Do what they do in America and mow it like 100 mil.
Yeah, he just
out.
make a buffalo hedge.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a tough one. Pull it by hand or paint it with glyphosate is probably the only real option there.
Yep.
There's Vemjum talking about Fritz and Devon and Smiley Fritz. Or Brandy from Down Under. Organics in the soil is such a massive thing. After a lot of sandy top dress, it can get fairly depleted. That's true. But then, if you're going to be on top of it, you could get soil tests and see what you're lacking into, and then base your fertilizer program around the inputs in which that soil needs. Lachlan says, thought that'd be the case. That's with the perennial ryegrass.
Yep.
Hawks 2015 says, hi all. Good game of footy last night, Hawks, not. And last one from Trancy Goodness. Do you get to actually play golf on your par 3 or just maintain it? Cheers for the podcast. Or just maintain it and make content. Cheers.
Well, the kids play it pretty often, which it gets use. I would probably only go out, maybe once every 2 or 3 weeks and just hit a few balls. I haven't recently because we've sowed the ryegrass around the outside, but I'll go out there with a cold drink in the afternoon and hit a few shots in summer in the afternoon. It's beautiful, beautiful thing to do. But I don't play much golf anymore, more just because we moved to a property and you're just always maintaining. You're always doing something. So I don't have time to go out for 3 or 4 hours and hit a golf ball. I'd love to do it. I'd love to get that handicap down below 10, but it ain't happening, I don't think. No.
Yeah. I had my first round in months, a few weeks ago, and it wasn't good. No, I'm hoping.
What's your handicap? Are you like a 4?
No, it was down quite low. So I think it got down to 4, but I think it's blown back up to 9, I think.
Still good. Still decent.
I had a horrible round the other week, though. Oh, you don't use an app for 2 seconds these days and it uninstalls.
Yeah, I know.
All right, here we go. Come on.
You can do it.
There we go. Golf Australia loading. 9.4.
That's not too bad. It's better than I did.
Not too bad, but I had I had 24 points last time I played golf, so yeah, not good. Not good at all. Terrible.
Do you get out much at all?
It's Angel works Saturday morning, so it's a bit hard. And to be honest, at the end of the week, I'm knackered, and I do like a good sleep in. I'm known for a good sleep in. But no, I like to play as often as I can because I play with my old man. So, and he's always a bucket of fun on the golf course. We just rip each other for 4 hours, and his dad, so my pa, who's no longer with us, he loved golf, and towards the end of his golfing career, he was unstable, so he'd duff it and the legs come through. Yeah. So my pa's name was called Trevor. So when Dad sometimes would do it, and we'd call it a Trevor shot, and it's just bit of banter back and forth. And,
Trevor shot.
Yeah. So there's often a statistic how many Trevor shots we did at the end of the day. It's just fun. It's just 4 hours. You're not worried about anything other than gonna go try find a golf ball. And the other 2 ball that we play with was where they're father and son as well. So the banter off them too, and then it's just banter the whole time. And it is fun, but yes, come Friday afternoon, I'm knackered usually. So
fair. It's a commitment getting out on the golf course.
Yeah, but I always feel good afterwards, and it's always a good time out there with the old man. So, cool. All right, thanks, Ben. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. I've just noticed that our viewership's gone through the roof, and that's because this is the time that we normally come on, but unfortunately it was an earlier podcast today because of the way everything had to be. But you can definitely rewatch this. This will be uploaded. The live will be uploaded straight away.
The live will just be straight away on the channels. Otherwise, early next week.
Yeah, early next week will be the edited version. Make it, I don't really know what you do, Dylan, but you put a nice title on it.
Make it nice and pretty.
Yeah.
Better quality than the stream.
What a man.
Yeah, he works hard. Young Dylan. So, But yeah, that's it. So thanks, guys, for tuning in. I know a lot of you have just tuned in, but this can be rewatched straight away. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. That'll be my last podcast for a while. Then I'll go on holidays. So might have to see Dylan's face and Clint's face because Clint's anyway, we'll work all that out. There will be some form of podcast going forward during June. So yeah. All right.
No
No worries. See you later.